Have you ever had something important to do and somehow ended up doing everything except that? You check your phone, watch a few videos, clean your desk, maybe even start another task that suddenly feels much more interesting. Then, hours later, the thing you were supposed to do is still waiting. This is procrastination. And despite what many people think, procrastination isn't usually about being lazy. In fact, some of the most hardworking people procrastinate too. So, what's really going on? Psychologists believe that procrastination is often an emotional problem, not a time management problem. Think about a task you've been avoiding. Maybe it's studying for an exam, applying for a job, starting a project. The task itself might not be physically difficult, but it may trigger emotions like stress, uncertainty, boredom, or fear of failure. And when that happens, your brain looks for a quick way to feel better. That's where procrastination comes in. Think about it. Instead of facing the uncomfortable task, you switch to something easier or more enjoyable. For a moment, you feel relief. The problem is that the relief is temporary. The task doesn't disappear. It simply waits. And now you have less time to complete it. This creates a frustrating cycle. You avoid the task. The deadline gets closer. The stress increases. And the task becomes even harder to start. Another reason we procrastinate is because our brains are naturally drawn to immediate rewards. Imagine choosing between two options. Option 1 gives you a reward right now. Option 2 gives you a bigger reward weeks or months from now. For many people, the brain prefers the immediate reward. That's why scrolling through social media often wins against studying for an exam that's still weeks away. One reward is instant. The other feels distant. The strange thing is that most people know they're procrastinating while they're doing it. They're not fooled. They're aware. Yet they continue anyway. Because procrastination isn't usually a knowledge problem. It's a discomfort problem. We're trying to avoid how a task makes us feel, not the task itself. And that's an important distinction. Because if procrastination is driven by emotions, then waiting to feel motivated isn't always the answer. Motivation comes and goes. Some days it's there, some days it isn't. The people who make progress aren't necessarily the most motivated. They're often the ones who learn to start even when they don't feel like it. So maybe procrastination isn't a sign that you're lazy. Maybe it's a sign that something about the task feels uncomfortable. And the next time you catch yourself avoiding something important, it might be worth asking, am I avoiding the task, or am I avoiding the feeling that comes with it?